Good evening, Janine. Well, that heat advisory is lifted here in Richmond, but there are still a number of other localities in central Virginia where that heat advisory is still in place. And while the heat put a halt on some activities this afternoon, it did not stop others from continuing on like normal. In the dog days of summer, Richmonders are trying to find ways to stay cool with some hot events around the region.
I've been following King Gizzard since like about 2016 or so.
My birthday was a week ago, so this is our little post-birthday.
For summer bowling in Michael Michaud, the heat advisory of temperatures potentially up to 106 degrees didn't stop them from seeing a sold-out show on Browns Island.
To go out to a concert and everything, if I hear it's a good live show, if the venue's nice and everything, I definitely wanted to see Browns Island.
They opted to combat the high temperatures with hydration.
We also brought our water bottles because
yes, we did, yeah.
And praised some quick showers that moved through the area before the show for cooling things down.
We were a little concerned and keeping an eye on it, but honestly, the rain was a real shocker.
While the show went on in Richmond, football practices at some high schools were put on pause. Elko Middle School sent out this message to parents saying tryouts were canceled. They opted to move the other sports teams' practices inside. Extreme heat is the cause of death for more than 1,200 people in the United States every year, according to the CDC. They say these deaths are preventable, which is why they encourage people to take heat advisories seriously and encourage people to drink plenty of fluids, stay in air-conditioned rooms, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Richmond and a number of other counties' heat advisory expired at 8 p.m. Wednesday night. But counties like Hanover, Henrico, New Kent, and Louisa will still be dealing with heat warnings through Thursday night. While summer heat isn't stopping music lovers from showing up by the thousands, many are still keeping a close eye on how temperatures could impact their health.
The rain cooled it off a little, but it's been hot all summer, so luckily at least being later in the day, but I think we've been pretty steeled against the hot weather after these past few months.
And if you are in an area that is still under a heat advisory, I'm going to give you some symptoms of what you should look out for because it could be signs of heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Those symptoms are as follows: a high temperature of a person, cold, clammy skin, fast pulse, a headache, dizziness, nausea, muscle cramps, confusion, or if someone has passed out. If you have any of those symptoms, you are asked to call 911 or seek medical attention right away. But as you're waiting for medical attention to arrive, they encourage you to try to put cool clothing on that person, whether that's clothing, whether that's a cold rag. They also want you to really try to move that person to as cool of a place as you can get them as you're waiting for help. Live here in Richmond, I'm Maggie Marshall, CBS 6 News.